Just an hour to our east, Imperial County has one of the worst COVID rates in the state. Nearly 1 in 8 residents in Imperial County has tested positive for the virus, and more than 450 people have died. Now they're faced with the challenge of deciding how to make sure their limited vaccine supply is distributed to those who need it most. Joining me now is iNewsSource assistant editor and senior investigative reporter Brad Racino to talk more about the vaccine rollout in Imperial County. Brad, before we get to the vaccine, what do things look like on the care front for Imperial County right now?
Certainly things are better than they were a month ago. The average number of new cases per day is way down. Like around Christmas, we were seeing around 200 new cases a day over in Imperial. Today, that's down to less than 100. Also, the percent of tests coming back positive did spike a couple weeks ago around 40%, but it's now down to about 24%. And then you have the ICU beds. There are just 5 ICU beds available, but that's not that different than what's been going on for months. That number has been hovering from 0 to 5. So overall, definitely things are looking better, but the county is still in that purple tier like most of the state. So it's kind of a cautious optimism at this point.
Yeah, and when our viewers watch this, they need to remember the raw numbers in Imperial County. The population of Imperial County is about 5 to 8% of what it is in San Diego County. So you have to extrapolate that. It's a really high rate. Now, the vaccine rollout, how are they doing that there? Is it different as regards to the challenges than it is here in San Diego?
So first, the rollout hasn't been going great, to put it mildly. There have been long lines of people, many of them elderly, waiting in line for hours to get vaccinated, only to find out that they ran out of doses. And remember, Imperial is one of the hardest hit counties in the state when it comes to COVID, if not the hardest hit. As of yesterday, the county had administered just 6,300 doses. And as you just said, there are around 180,000 people in the county. So there's a long way to go. As for the challenges, actually, the other day, our Imperial County reporter, Jennifer Bowman, spoke with Imperial's public health director, Jeanette Angelo. And Angelo said some of the challenges that kind of differentiate them from us here in San Diego is that they have a need to reach undocumented workers and farm workers as well, undocumented immigrants and farm workers, I should say. And there's also, it's a very impoverished county, so there's a lack of internet connection. So reaching those populations, letting them know when vaccines are available, where to go, all of that is a big challenge, she said. But they're working through those challenges right now and in preparation for the next dose, the next delivery of vaccine.
So what are those solutions? How do they get shots into arms faster in Imperial County? And that is not a unique question to Imperial County. There's a slow rollout across the state.
Really? Yeah, it's really just, they need more vaccine. Angelo did tell us that Imperial has the infrastructure to do mass vaccinations. They've done them before. There are 24 vaccine providers in the county and another 40 or so potential providers. Now, those are businesses that have volunteered to be vaccination sites. So they're working hard. They just need more medicine.
Brad Racino with iNewsSource, keeping an eye on the COVID situation in Imperial County and here in San Diego and so much more. Check them out, inewssource.org. They are supported by donations and they're worth it. Brad, thank you for joining us on this Tuesday, as you do every Tuesday.
Thanks for having me.